Jai Shri Ram. Scrabble. Let's all prepare to become Scrabble champions. The quote here in this book is LASCIAT OGNI SPERANZA VOICHENTRAT Lasciate ogni speranza voi contrate. Lasciate ogni speranza voi contrate. It's a Latin phrase from Dante Alighieri, a great Italian writer. The meaning is abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Abandon all hope, those who enter here. Well, this quote is apt for Scrabble preparation or Scrabble players, because the Collins Scrabble's word list, CSW, has more than 2 lakh words which you have to really know if you want to become the world champion. Okay, and if you want to beat a guy like Nigel Richards from New Zealand, he is superhuman. Others, I think, can be beaten. Okay, so it's not going to be easy. Of course, when we play Scrabble at home or with friends casually, that's a different thing altogether. But when you become a professional Scrabble player, then you have a huge Mount Everest to climb. So abandon all hope, he who enter here. Lasciate ogni speranza, voi contrate. Well, I'm reading out a book actually, which is called the Scrabble Player's Handbook, written by many of the world's leading Scrabble players. The intention of the book was to provide an easy to read guide to everything you need to know about this wonderful game. So this is a lovely book. So I thought might as well record it as I read, so that it will be more easier for you to listen and start preparing. An interesting anecdote in this book. A few years ago, an Israeli expert player was giving some advice to a newcomer, only for her to reply, "Oh, I don't want to take it that seriously. I only play for fun." The expert replied, "Well, what do you think I played for? Misery?" Scrabble is a game in which enjoyment improves concurrently with ability. Okay, nice one. Combining word power with a well devised strategy to squeak a win out of a seemingly impossible endgame. Only an expert can do that. So, competitive Scrabble is tough, and you must prepare to make 1,000 mistakes without giving up. Remember that an expert is defined by someone who has made every possible mistake within a narrow field. But remember also that 99% of the people will never be more than quite good at anything. If you want to be in that 1% who are excellent at something, this book will teach you how. That's a good thing, isn't it? 99% of the people will never be more than quite good at anything. But if you want to be in that 1% who are excellent, you need to put in 10,000 hours of practice. If you want to take your game to the next level, more than 10,000 hours of practice. Collins Scrabble Words Word List, CSW, Collins Scrabble Words Word List. If you reside in North America and for some strange reason you prefer the American word list, many of these tips will still apply. But if the additional words throw you off, you can find Scrabble tips here. So this is what is said in the book. Anyway, if you are playing in North America, actually you have to unlearn a good number of words, maybe some 40,000 words, because CSW, Collins Scrabble Words Word List, is much bigger than the American word list. For some strange reason in America they don't use this Collins Scrabble words. Perhaps because they have some allergy for the British, the metric system. We have to learn Scrabble terminology also. So do read the glossary. Read the glossary and acquaint yourself with the Scrabble terminology. There's one paragraph in this book I love to read now. This book has taken its authors several hundreds of hours to compile it, and it is presented to the Scrabble community entirely free. This might appear generous, but our motivation for writing the book is entirely selfish. We love playing Scrabble face to face with people across the world, and we want more people to play against. We would like you to distribute any part or all of the information here to anyone to whom it would be of benefit, and we positively encourage you to do anything you want actually. Distribute this. Lovely, isn't it? The team that compiled this book, starting with Stewart Holden. Stewart Holden is the editor, Northern Ireland. He says, I love Scrabble because it combines so many different skills: memory, spatial awareness, creativity, math, linguistics, psychology, in a way that nothing else does. Okay, then you have Kenji Matsumoto, USA. Kenji Matsumoto, he is the editor. He is from Nevada. Okay, and what does he say? Let's see if he has some very interesting comment. Yeah, he said a few nice things anyway. uh, let's go next to Ivan Berofsky, Berofsky, Canada. So what is Ivan saying? Scrabble is the perfect combination of skill and strategy. Knowing and accumulating words is one thing, but what really got me hooked to the game is how they can be applied in both a fun and intelligent way. Okay. Next, Paul Gallen, Paulgallen, Northern Ireland. He says he enjoys the game because it's a mixture of language and math, two subjects which he enjoyed at school. Okay, he enjoys the tournament scene where you get to meet new people and see a bit of the world. Okay, next, Andrew Fisher, Australia. Andrew Fisher, who is a chartered accountant living in Melbourne, Australia. He says, I play Scrabble because my brain works in letters and words rather than images. So there is an aesthetic pleasure to the game. I'm not an outgoing person, but I have a strong competitive spirit, and Scrabble enables me to pit my wits against other players in a way that appeals, deploying a huge repository of beautiful words, solving a series of thought-provoking problems to best effect as the game progresses, and stretching my own ability to find ways of winning. And next is Toh Wee Bin, Tohweibin, Singapore. Okay, he's a 27-year-old public servant from Singapore, Toh Wee Bin. He says he plays this game for a variety of reasons, like learning words, the spellings, patterns, and sometimes meanings. I like the analysis behind the game as well, as they bring order to the chaos behind the letters. The most important reason why I play this game, however, is the accessibility and the appeal of the international tournaments. I enjoy traveling and connecting with fellow Scrabble players, often over a game. Then is Kevin McMahon, not Mohan, McMahon, Kevin McMahon, Ireland, 32-year-old. He says he won many tournaments. As for why I play, he loves memorizing loads of words, which appeals to his obsessive nature. The sense of progression as I improve is quite rewarding. I believe the element of luck adds greatly to the game. I like the feeling of excitement and drama each time I turn over new tiles, from my heart sinking if they are junk to the buzz I get when I realize I have a fancy high scoring bonus. I've also grown to enjoy the social side of the game and the chance to spend time with many great people, some of whom I would never normally get the chance to interact with. The range of different types of people who enjoy Scrabble is something to be proud proud of, I feel. Then is Edward Okulix, Okulic, Australia, 36-year-old. What does he say? Well, he says a few things again. Uh, he says, I love matching wits on the way from away from the board, on and away from the board. Okay, good. It uses because Scrabble uses a variety of mental functions that make the game pleasurable. Okay, next is Brett Smitharam. Oh, Ram. Brett Smitharam, Smitharam, England. 38-year-old headhunter for a London recruitment firm. He has a fascination for language, and he says Scrabble combines this fascination with the adrenaline rush of poker. There's nothing like working out you can only win if the only tile left in the bag is the blank, then turning it over and knowing you have won. And the Scrabble community has a great level of camaraderie on the whole, so it's great to be part of such a moment. Next is Geoff Thavenot, USA, GeoffThevenot. Thavenot. Why do I play Scrabble? I come to the game after reading Stefan Fatz's book Word Freak. Okay, we have to read this. Stephen Fatz's Word Freak. book. Affinity for words and games. He wanted to become a strong tournament player, and the journey has been very enjoyable, endlessly challenging. Okay, he is making a lot of friends. That's what he says. Next is Chris Lippy, Lipe, Chris Lippy, USA. What does he say? Scrabble is a great adventure. It's a great adventure. I found the people in the game to be a great group of friends. Then Dave Koenig, Davekoenig. Okay, he says it's fun and well, bringing together the precise calculation and beautiful logic of math with the whimsical history and wonderful illogic of language. Next is Edward Martin, England. He won a few tournaments home and abroad, and I play Scrabble for the competition excitement and because I just do, which are competition excitement. Then Sumbul Siddiqui, England. Sumbul Siddiqui is a girl, Sumbul, Sumbul Siddiqui. She says she is passionate about words and spellings, and that's all. The secret of change is to focus. So the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Socrates. Okay, nice quote here. So a small talk about what is different. What is different about competitive Scrabble? Well, that is simple. You can understand. Well, the only difference is that nobody will chastise you for using obscure words. In fact, the more the merrier. Scrabble skills, Scrabble mentality. I don't know what that means. Unscrambling words has been a classic word game for millennia. Unscrambling the words, you see. Actually, the word Scrabble means to scratch and grope in an attempt to find something. Scratch and grope in an attempt to find something. See, in Scrabble, it resembles a different type of a puzzle game, the crossword puzzle. And one of the most common challenges in Scrabble arises when one player needs to solve a crossword style puzzle, for example, finding a word with a V in the third position, finding a bonus using a blank that ends in the letter T, or finding a parallel word that also forms several shorter 2 or 3 letter words. These are the elements that make Scrabble the greatest game ever devised. Master these elements and you too can be a Scrabble champion. The spatial element means you have to manage the board. Not only are you trying to manage your tiles and score as many points as possible, you are also trying to manage the board, keeping scoring and bonus lines available if you are behind, blocking those options when you are ahead, and creating opportunities for your tiles or future turns. So the words are your army. Outscoring your opponent, outscoring your opponent, outscoring your opponent. That should bother you all the time. Not playing a big word or flashy word. Parallel play. Well, I think you already know. I don't have to explain that. Hooks are letters that can be placed at the beginning or end of the words, forming a new word, while also allowing you to make a perpendicular play, scoring lots of points. Hooks. So the most common hook is the S ending words. Hooks that begin with words are front hooks, while hooks that end words are called back hooks. Back hooks. Suppose rush is there. If you put B, brush, that is the front hook. Rush, if you put C, that becomes crush, that is the front hook. Extension is take an existing word and make them longer by adding a prefix or suffix. That is an extension. Hotspot combinations. Hotspot is all the multicolored triple letter, triple word, double letter, all those squares. CSW, Collins official word list. Collins official word list. CSW is an unabridged dictionary and reflects English as it is spoken all over the world, even in countries where English is not a first language. It contains well over 2 lakh words, including over 1 lakh 2 to 8 letter words. So CSW is actually a list of words without definition or context and is used primarily to check words. In North America, they use TWL, TWL lexicon. Rest of the world CSW. Okay. Well, I think TW expands into tournament word list, North America, which is smaller than CSW. Serious players don't bother about meanings. You just have to know the word. EUOI, excessive units of intoxication. Bacchic cry actually. Etario, Etaerio, Etario. And mug up all the JQXZ words. Jura, Jura, Kaid, QAID. Ixia, IXIA. Zoya, ZOEA. Okay, what is allowed and what is not allowed? In CSW, swear words and derogatory words like fuck, Jew, bimbo, they are all allowed. And XI, XI, ESS, letters of various languages, that's allowed. Expressions and interjections, PHT, PhD, sh, brr, SHH, BRRR, allowed. Alternate spellings, if common enough. Gonof, GONOF, music, MUZJIK. Not allowed. Brand names like Nike, Marlboro. Geography or nationalities, Irish, American, Mexico, not allowed. Surnames, not allowed. Foreign words not assimilated into English. Not yet assimilated into English, not allowed. Abbreviations, not allowed. Hyphenated words, 23, profile, etc., not allowed. And sometimes allowed are common foreign words that have been already assimilated, though they may not be used often enough. Scientific terms are also allowed sometimes. Slang is also allowed sometimes. Well, Andrew Fisher, he says, what does he say? Stephen Fatsis in his book Word Freak. To play competitive Scrabble, one has to get over the conceit of refusing to acknowledge certain words as real and accept that the game requires learning words that may not have any outside utility. In the living room, Scrabble is about who has a better working vocabulary. It's a sort of crossword puzzle in reverse. But in the tournament room, Scrabble has nothing to do with vocabulary. If it did, I, an Ivy League educated professional journalist for crying out loud, would rule. But I can only dream of competing with the champions. No, Scrabble isn't about words, it's about mastering the rules of the game, and the words are the rules. Stephen Fatsis, Word Freak. The sheer number of words in the valid Scrabble word list listed in CSW seems horrendously daunting to a beginner. Okay. If you want to aim at complete mastery of the lexicon up to 8 letters in length, you will need to know about 1,20,000 different words. And this 1,19,000 are broken down into two-lettered words 124, 124 two-lettered words, three-lettered words 1341, three-lettered words 1341, four-lettered words 5625, 5625, five-lettered words 12,917. 5 letters is 12,917. 6 letters is 22,938. 22,938. 7 letters is 34,171. 7 letters is 34,171. 8 letters is 41,883. 41,883 is 8 letters. So, 2-lettered words is actually 0.1%. 0.1%. 3 letters is 1.13%. And 8-lettered words are 35.2%. So this is a total of 1,18,999, which is the 100% of what you should know in order to really become a Scrabble world champ. Okay, fortunately you don't have to need to learn them all from scratch to play a highly effective Scrabble game. In fact, the working vocabulary needed to play a very competitive game of competitive Scrabble is surprisingly small, with most new players finding that the gradual learning of up to 2,000 select words makes an enormous difference to every game. Every game. Anyway, the first thing to do is to master the two-lettered words. Two-lettered words. Make sure that you know all of them. For example, what you should do is identify the odd ones. For example, FA, FAFE, FI, FY, FY, and GIGU, GIGU, and JA, JAJO, and Kai, KY, KY, Kaki, Kokai, KA, KI, KO, KY, Kaki, Kaki, Kokai, KY, and lali low, and then you have n, you have new and nigh, nu and y, and o is also there. Ox you know already. Oy is there. Papi pipo, papi pipo, papepipo, and then you have ug, an, up, ar, us. Ut is there. Ut. Kshi, kshu, xi, xu, ya, yi, yo, u, yu, za, zo. So two-lettered words you can quickly master. I'll stop here. We will start in the next track. Jai Shri Ram.